What did the weird kid in your school do that you'll never forget? He wrote in my yearbook, when I was 6 years old, I went into a cornfield. I didn't realize it was a maze. I was stuck for several days without food or water. When they found me, the doctors said it'd never be the same. Good luck in college. He was generally very weird and erratic. One day he extracted a huge slimy booger out of his nose, turned around to me and a friend, and told us full of glee, "Guys, look." Apostrophe. Then he stuffed it back into his nose. One day I asked him why he was so weird, and he told me with the straightest face, "The jester's cap affords one many liberties." Apostrophe. So I don't know if he was just weird or a secret genius. Maybe a bit of both. The jester's cap affords one many liberties. These are words to ducking live by. I want that on my ducking tombstone. After one of my female friends rejected his advances, he proceeded to jump off of his roof twice and broke both of his arms. Second thing, he made a wooden weed pipe in woodshop and then tried to smoke out of it in class. Another weird kid, who I might mention probably had a cognitive disability, so I don't want to be mean, hid under a bridge in town and drank multiple bottles of Pepto-Bismol and then went to school acting like he was drunk. He attempted to get people to drink some with him and then went back to the bridge and tried to light stuff on fire until the police arrived. Another one, a true Looney Tune of a guy, shortly after high school was caught with a large amount of guns in his trunk, rifles, pistols and all that, and went to prison/jail over a multitude of crimes. Don't even think he was in a gang. Just pure insanity drove him to do insane things. Humped my desk for a solid minute while maintaining eye contact with me, and then said, "Thanks," and just walked away. I'm a guy. This was 15 years ago, on my first day at this new school, and I was just eating lunch at my desk, and this dude just walked up and went to town. No context, no introduction, nothing. Didn't even buy me dinner first. Just wham, bam, thank you desk, wham, bam, thank you desk. Just howled laughing at work. Thank you for that. 7th grade. Guy didn't have a pen/pencil for the test and the teacher wouldn't give him one. You need to be prepared. Blah. Yeah. The dude took out a paper clip, straightened it out, stabbed himself, and started doing the test using his blood as ink. He was quickly sent to the nurse's office. Edit. Whoa, thanks for the love everyone. It was kinda a sad situation. The teacher shouldn't have done that, and I think the student was picked on a lot and not very stable in the first place. That's a power move. Was in the band during some downtime. Some guy kicks off his shoes and socks and bites the ends of his toenails off. Most of the CLRs are casually migrated towards the other side of the room. Not being a native speaker and mistakenly thinking toenails meant toes made this much worse. 8 styrofoam. And then, visibly, lied about/denied it when someone pointed it out. Bits of styrofoam came out of his mouth. Ran around the hallways making pterodactyl noises with his arms raised up behind him like he was swimming butterfly. I'm so glad other schools had kids making pterodactyl noises. The collective school experience doesn't disappoint. I had an autistic friend, and he was afraid of a particular twin. He was minding his own business in the corridors, and each twin was walking towards each other at different ends of the corridor, with him in between. Frightened, he did what no one would expect, jump out the window. He was on the 3rd floor. Thankfully, he wasn't hurt that bad. When my teacher asked him why he did that, he said my life was under grave danger, and I only did what was imperative to be done. Apostrophe. To this day, I don't know why he was afraid of them. We were getting DNA samples in biology. Most of the CLR cyst spit, but he tried to squeeze milk out of his nipples. Milk! Exclamation mark. After that didn't work out, he attempted to get pimple fluid from his pimple. When the teacher noticed and questioned, he answered, "I got some out just this morning." This was when we were 14 to 15. Chew the stuck gums under the tables. He gave me a handful of blue pop rocks. He was actually really sweet. He said he was Sonic the Hedgehog. When someone asked his name, he would say, "I'm Sonic," and run away as fast as he could. He even wrote his name as Sonic on homework and tests. Most people never knew his real name. Edit. This does not take place in the US, sadly, so it's most likely that the person you're thinking of isn't the same one I'm referring to. I'd like to hear your stories, though. In 4th grade, a girl ate a whole mechanical pencil next to me. She also regularly ate whole sheets of paper and erasers. The pencil really sticks out in my mind though. Edit. I totally expected this comment to get buried. Thanks for the rewards. Just to clarify, yes, it was the entire mechanical pencil. She took it apart piece by piece and just kinda crunched all the big parts like a candy bar. This girl also thought she was a horse and would gallop, neigh, and fight anyone who said she wasn't. So this was pretty much expected by the time she was my desk partner. Naruto ran everywhere. Told everyone her dad was Harry Potter at age 12. And most memorably, came to school bawling her eyes out because she said she had laid an egg and her parents had eaten it for breakfast. He put a Christmas beetle up his nose while we were at the local pool for swim lessons. We then had to all leave early on the bus so the principal could drive him to the hospital to get the beetle out. A week later he did a small speech at the Friday school assembly about his beetle nose experiences and showed off his beetle in a jar. This was around grade 5 or 6 from memory, so 11 or 12 years old. Okay, quick edit. For those that don't know, in Australia we have some beetles that come out around Christmas/summertime and are all majestic as duck-looking color-wise. Their backs look like those color change paint jobs you see on cars with red and green and purple and whatnot. Mainly a reddy/greeny color though. They're also annoying as fuck. I was in economics CLR scene. This quiet Asian kid was on his laptop. The head of the school's it storms into the CLR's room and starts yelling at him along the lines of "yo fuck the whole network." Drags him out of the CLR scene. We never saw the kid again. I knew a kid like this. Encrypted all the teacher's files cause he was bored and had to spend detention decrypting them. Very almost got done for breaking the terms of use contract we signed, but he was otherwise a good student, so they let him stay. Edit. I know it's annoying when people do this, but I've never had anything go above 50 upvotes I don't think, and right now this is sitting at over 2,500 and an award, so thank you so much. It was so fun interacting with everyone about my little memory. Spilled his fruit juice on his desk, wiped it with his shirt sleeve, then sucked the juice out of it. Duck, I was thirsty. That's hard to swallow. He made car noises, acceleration, changing gears, screeching brakes, and steered an imaginary steering wheel through the halls. He was late to CLRC in time and said, "Sorry, I ran out of gas. I wonder what he's doing now." He had some serious imagination. The weird kid in school bought a house next to me, and I have to deal with him on a daily basis. We are in our 40s now. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Also, I thought he was weird when we were 8 years old. I watched him last night wearing a top hat, dancing around a fire with a mannequin. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Sounds like you have a typical sitcom neighbor. Okay, so one kid got dared to put a protractor in his mouth and he did it curved side first, so naturally it then got stuck and he got sent out of CLR, so had to go to the school office. The same kid got dared to shoot a staple gun at himself, so he went ahead and staple gunned his arm and had to be taken to R&D to get stitches. There were loads of other things he did that I can't remember now. But it got to the point that if someone did something totally stupid and or dangerous, kids in our year began to refer to it as pulling a Hudson after him. Phew. Exclamation mark. I was legitimately nervously scanning this, expecting to hear stories about myself from back in the day. What a relief. Exclamation mark. Told everyone they were slowly turning into a bird. They said they had talons and would find feathers in their shower. Oh, and she regularly ate grams arsa during pet. So this involved two. The first we'll call Roger and the second we'll call Nathan. Roger had a tendency to wear a trench coat to school every day and a fedora. He would even wear shorts with his trench coat and never seemed to understand how that could make him look like a flasher. Nathan on the other hand grew his hair out very long and never washed it. One day in band, Roger, trumpet, was behind Nathan, trombone, and kept loudly trumpeting next to Nathan's ear. Nathan yelled at Roger to stop, which prompted Roger to blow as loud as he could in Nathan's ear. Nathan wheeled around and struck Roger with his trombone. Roger leapt, trench coat and all, over a chair, and wielding his trumpet proceeded to clash with Nathan's trombone. This swashbuckling scene of musical violence continued for a minute or two while they screamed at each other, and the band teacher yelled at them to stop. Eventually they calmed down after one of their mutual friends yelled at them that they might be kicked out of the after-school Yu-Gi-Oh club. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.